A warm greeting. Today is Thursday, October 19, 2023. I'm meteorologist Ruben Garcia. In this video, I will be giving an update on the forecast for Tropical Storm Tammy, which is currently located near the Lesser Antilles Arch, where some tropical storm warnings and hurricane watches have been issued. Several Hurricane Hunter aircraft missions have confirmed that Tropical Storm Tammy was stronger than anticipated. It currently has maximum sustained winds of 60 miles per hour, so it is now forecasted to strengthen into a Category 1 hurricane as it passes very close to or over the northern Lesser Antilles. However, the structure of Tropical Storm Tammy remains somewhat disorganized, with the most active thunderstorms and precipitation displaced to the east and southeast of the circulation. This is due to some shear impacting the circulation from the west. Nevertheless, the shear is moderate and should allow for gradual strengthening over the next 72 hours as it passes over the northern Lesser Antilles. Specialized models for the storm's path, the majority of them, maintain a west-northwest trajectory at least until Friday afternoon. They then project a trajectory with a more northwest component and eventually turning north. The path of this cyclone is expected to be over or very near the northern Lesser Antilles, and at this moment, it is anticipated to pass to the east of Puerto Rico. The Dominican Republic is far from the predicted path. In addition, with the data from the Hurricane Hunter aircraft, we have better consensus among the specialized intensity models. You can see that the majority of them predict that in about 2 days, it will strengthen into a Category 1 hurricane when it comes closest to the Lesser Antilles. Then, as it moves north over the Atlantic waters, it may maintain Category 1 hurricane status for several days. Looking at the official forecast from the National Hurricane Center, at 5 p.m., it is projected that Tropical Storm Tammy will soon begin to turn more toward the west-northwest and is expected to pass over Guadeloupe with maximum sustained winds of 70 miles per hour. It is forecasted to reach this area during the Friday night or Saturday early morning hours. Afterward, it will make a turn to the northwest, crossing near or over the islands of Antigua, Barbuda, St. Kitts, Nevis, and Anguilla. Tropical storm watches are in effect for Barbados, Martinique, and the island of Anguilla. There is also a tropical storm warning covering the islands of Dominica, Guadeloupe, Antigua, Barbuda, St. Kitts, and Nevis. A hurricane watch has also been issued, which may possibly be changed to a hurricane warning over the next 24 hours. Although Tropical Storm Tammy has been generally moving west-northwest, it should soon begin to take a more northwestward component. You can see that the Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico remain outside the cone of uncertainty. It is forecasted to pass about 200 miles east of Puerto Rico and about 100 miles east of the Virgin Islands. Local effects in Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands should be limited to increased rainfall and humidity over the weekend. Let's look at some projections from global models. Starting with the GFS model, in its latest run, it strengthens Tropical Storm Tammy into a hurricane over the next 48 hours. It maintains a trajectory just east of the Lesser Antilles. Under this scenario, you can see that the tropical storm and hurricane force winds would remain over the Atlantic waters without impacting the Lesser Antilles. We also have the European model's trajectory, which is very similar to the GFS model but with a slightly more westward component, which would bring some effects of Tropical Storm Tammy to impact the islands of Antigua and Barbuda, but the most active part would remain over the Atlantic waters. Additionally, we have the German model, which is forecasting a trajectory very similar to what the National Hurricane Center is indicating, with the center of circulation crossing over some of the islands in the Lesser Antilles, specifically Antigua and Barbuda, during the early morning hours of Saturday as a Category 1 hurricane. Additionally, tropical storm winds may affect some islands, including Montserrat, St. Kitts, Guadeloupe, and Anguilla between Saturday and Sunday. The UK model, which has a westward trajectory passing over the Virgin Islands. You can see that for this scenario to be fulfilled, it would need to weaken over the next few hours, which is very unlikely. However, even if it passes closer to Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands, the tropical storm winds would stay over the northern part of the Lesser Antilles. Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands can remain calm because there will be no tropical storm effects. In addition to the wind, it's important for residents of the northern Lesser Antilles to prepare for heavy rainfall. At the moment, the GFS model predicts between 80 and 120 millimeters of precipitation over the next 4 days. Flooding and landslides may occur in the northern Lesser Antilles. For Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands, a somewhat rainy weekend is anticipated, with 1 to 3 inches of rain, especially in the eastern and southeastern parts of Puerto Rico. The important thing is that for the Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico, the tropical storm conditions will remain to the east, and at the moment, this tropical cyclone does not pose a threat to the local region. Well, that's all for this forecast. It's important for residents of the northern Lesser Antilles to prepare for a Category 1 hurricane. Meanwhile, in the Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico, we shouldn't worry about this tropical cyclone, as it is forecasted to pass about 200 miles east of the region. Here at Hurricane Info, I will continue to monitor any changes that may arise in this forecast. Tomorrow morning, I will record a new update for you. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking the red button below this video that says subscribe. Then, click the bell to receive notifications when I post new videos. With that, I bid farewell, and I'll see you later.